Hi, good morning. It's actually morning over here, and forget the fact that I look like a housewife. I'm in cleaning mode, and I have something exciting to show you. For those who don't know, and for that I mean like new people on here, first of all, welcome. I hope you like and subscribe and watch my, well, whatever. I found something awesome while I was cleaning. I'm about to graduate, so I thought I'd clean out all the photocopies and things that I wasn't going to use anymore and just throw them out. And they were like this high. I'm not even, raise my hand. Like, okay, like this is the first batch and then like this is the second batch. Like just add that together. That's how much materials I had to throw out. I think I had kept some of them since like my first year. And the course that I did was like 5 years, even though I ended up being in school for 7 years because of strikes in Nigeria. But to God be the glory, I'm almost done. So I found something while I was like taking out the trash. And of course I kept my textbooks because of course I need them, and I'm gonna do masters, so I might need them like in future. I found these. I know they look old and wrinkly, right? They're a couple of years old. And in case you're wondering what these are, before I started writing on Wattpad, I started writing on Wattpad in 2018. But before I started writing on Wattpad, I used to write my stories by hand. And these were where I wrote them. Like, these are all the stories I wrote before the age of 18. Yeah, because I was born in 2000. So, I'm gonna like show it to you because I'm really excited. The only person that has ever read any of these is my sister, because I think she was like my only reader at the time, and I will always say that she's like my #1 fan. I don't know if she still reads my stories now because I never really asked, and she's always busy and stuff, but like back then, even when I got lazy, she'd be like, when are you gonna finish a new book? Because I used to give him like one notebook at a time. So like when I finished one notebook, while I was working on this one, she'd be reading this one. And then she'd be like, when are you going to finish? When are you going to finish? I'm like, babe, chill. So this particular one, I started it in my final year in high school. I think I was like 15 at the time. Yeah, that's when I wrote this one. It is called, this is actually where I used to draft my stories before I got like bigger books. I'm gonna look through that because there are a lot of like secrets in there. So this is called Night of the Moon. It was a werewolf story. Can you see that? Yeah, Night of the Moon. It's a werewolf story, werewolf hunter story about a rich girl and a girl. Like, so many things happen in this story. I don't know. I don't want to like, I need to read it again. My sister's saying that I should rewrite this first book because I wrote it when I was a child, and like a lot of things would need to like be more elaborate. Especially, she said I should rewrite like the first and the second one because there's some things that weren't really like properly established in the story that she knows now, because she remembers what happens in the story and I don't, because this is the first time I'm holding these in my hand in like 4 years. Like, for real. Okay, maybe not 4 years. I moved to this apartment in 2019. So, 2019, almost 4 years. Yeah, that's the first time I'm holding these in almost 4 years. And then there is the book 2. The book 2 is called Heirloom of the Daytons. It is, I never thought I'd get the idea for this, but I started writing these while I was in university. I think my first year in university, that's when I was writing these. First or second year, I don't know when I finished it, but like I know I started these two in universities because I had access to these long notebooks, and I would tell my parents that I needed more. Like, we used to use these for assignments in school. Like when your lecturer wants you to like write your assignments by hand instead of like typing it out, we would use these. So I would tell my parents that I need like 3 of these, so that I have 1 for the assignments and 2 to write my stories. And when they weren't buying my bullshit anymore because I used to finish these like faster than it was supposed to be finished, I had to start saving money to get them myself since they weren't like that expensive. So this is like the book 2, and it's like 2, and it's obviously way more than the book 1. It seems like the more I wrote, the better I got, which is actually true. Like, I can't believe that people don't know that I've been writing stories since I was like, what, 13? But these are the actual books that I wrote that you can find. So after writing the book 2, I was feeling a bit, should I say nauseous? I don't really know what to even call that. I was feeling a bit stuck because I have been constantly writing in third person, and I was an art student. I know about different POVs. So I was like, okay, how about we try something different, something first person, something chill, and because not everybody really wants to like get attacked by third person like that. To some, it takes a lot of brain capacity to process third person. So I wrote a first person story. Oh my god, it's ripping apart. What am I gonna do? I need to find a way to fix this. Oh my god. This is one story that I'm really proud of. I don't know if I can call it teen fiction, but it's about the life of a teenager. It's a Christmas story called Cousins Invasion. It's about a guy who is resenting his parents for like moving into a new state, leaving all of his friends and stuff. And when he's adjusting to his new life and all of that, his parents tells him that their cousins are coming over to stay over for Christmas. And he doesn't like the idea because he doesn't like his cousins because they always ruin his orderly lifestyle. So Cousins Invasion is like everything, him like hating on his cousins and then eventually learning to love them and them having like a Merry Christmas. That's what the story is about. And it's just one, like, I'm not even sure everything is like, it's like a very short story because I didn't finish all the pages of this, but it's okay. Now, the one that shocks me the most. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. What kind of shit was I on that I wrote these by hand? And I think it was when where's the blue one? Was it this one? I think it was when I was like in this book that I heard about Wattpad. This third one, I heard about Wattpad from my friend. She was like, "Have you heard of Wattpad?" And I'm like, "What's that?" So at the time I was writing it, I lost my phone, so I couldn't get into Wattpad immediately. She told me, but as of 2017, I got a new phone. And I fell in love with it. I spent the entirety of 2017 and early 2018 reading books on Wattpad. Then I started my first story on Wattpad on August 9th, my birthday, on Wattpad. Like, I wanted to keep track of how long I've been writing that story. And trust me, I've completed 2 stories on Wattpad so far. And I still haven't finished the first one, which is over 200,000 words. And I am nowhere near half the book. And I'm like, when am I going to finish the story? But then someone told me to just keep writing and that eventually everything is going to come together. That even if I just write the full book and then later on I could like break it into a series, which is what I'm going to do. But that's like my first Wattpad story. And it, to me, it's like the most intense one. But you can go check out my Wattpad profile. It's attached to my my YouTube profile right there. And then there's this one, the 4th book. It's called Fuga Quartus, the 4th Lightning. I personally love this story because I think this book, and that's why, oh my god, sorry, I'm filming this in my kitchen. I kind of spilled everything. Oh god. This 4th book, I feel it's so big because this is where I wanted to explore world building. Like, I wanted to put depth into my story. I wanted it to be more like the books that I was reading and not just some scanty dialogues put together and all of that. Like, this book, for the Fuga Quartus right here, is where I started to find my identity as a writer, and I am so proud of it. Like, I wrote 4 of these shit. Like, it's the same thing with after the book 1, I never thought there was going to be a book 2. And after the book 2, I never thought there was going to be a book 3. But the book 3 ended up being like the most of everything. And I am in shock that this is, wow, I actually wrote all these. So I just made this video to like, just show you. And I know I look crazy, so I'm just going to do a little something to let you know that I actually do look human. I just tied my hair because it got in the way of me working. Ta-da! Now I no longer look like a housewife. But anyway, thank you for watching my expose today. I hope you would get this soon. Filming this is March 28th, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna try to like put it out there because I'm really excited about this. I never actually thought that I was gonna find these, but I found them and now I don't want to be apart from them. Even when I do plan to like move apartments and stuff, I have to take these with me because I feel like whenever I forget or start having like writer's block and shit and I forget what I'm doing, I would love to go back to these stories and just, you know, look at the things that I did when I didn't have a computer or when I didn't have a phone. I didn't have anything and I was still able to write. It makes me so fucking emotional because I actually didn't have a laptop until 2019. So when I started my Wattpad story, I was writing on my phone. And it makes me feel so fucking emotional to know that I had these. It just, I don't know. I'm gonna cry now. Bye. Okay, so I took a break from crying to tell you that I need you to like and subscribe to my video because I need other readers and writers to find me so we can like make a community. Yeah, I'm fun. I'm fun, right? Yeah. So tell people that I'm fun because I am. I love you.